This video is going to go over Chapter 13, Objective 7, where we talk about the ventricles, how many, their location, purpose, things like that. Now, if you've already had lab, then you already kind of know this information. So this might not be brand new, and that's okay. You've got your ventricle system here. You got a 2-minute neuroscience hyperlink right down here. But this shows you've got the blue, which is showing the cavities within the brain, which are called ventricles. They make and contain cerebral spinal fluid. The ventricles do. There's also some passages involved. And the red dots there represent what's called the choroid plexus. Now, the choroid plexus is the location where the cerebral spinal fluid gets made. That's a combination of blood vessels and ependymal cells. If you remember, those are the neuroglial cells, one of the 6, right, that we talked about when we discussed the cells of the nervous system back in Chapter 12. So the ventricular system is a set of communicating cavities within the brain. These structures are responsible for the production, transport, and removal of cerebral spinal fluid, which is going to bathe the central nervous system. This is brain and spinal cord. The ventricular system is composed of 2 lateral ventricles, the 3rd ventricle, the cerebral aqueduct, and the 4th ventricle. Now, the cerebral aqueduct is not making cerebral spinal fluid, okay? It's not a ventricle, it's a passageway. The ventricles, so that's going to be the 2 lateral ventricles, the 3rd ventricle, and the 4th ventricle. Those are going to be lined with ependymal cells, which form a structure called the choroid plexus. So again, that choroid plexus is those ependymal cells which make cerebral spinal fluid, as well as blood vessels and things like that. Okay, so this is just showing you the location of where these structures are. Important to know definitely for lab to be able to identify them in the lab class. And that concludes Objective 7.